What is going on, ladies and gents? It is once again Michael or Legacy Kill HD discussing Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3, or if you just want to call it the next Red Dead game. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. Usually we're discussing Red Dead, we discuss some of the things that we want to see, but today I decided to do the opposite and discuss things that we do not want to see in this upcoming title. But if you are new and have not seen any of the other Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3 leaks, news, and information, you're not going to want to miss those videos, so make sure you check out the annotation or the link in the description to that playlist. A lot of videos and a lot of news that you're not going to want to miss. I've gathered around 6 things that I do not think is needed in this next Red Dead game. Make sure you guys get interactive in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on these topics throughout the video. Let's start here at the number 6 spot with Submachine Guns and Vehicles. Now, to a lot of you guys, you may think that's silly to even mention, but there's a lot of people that had problems with Red Dead Redemption and the fact that we couldn't drive around on vehicles and that the weaponry was very boring. Now, with this upcoming title, it has been leaked that it's supposedly going to be a prequel, which makes a lot of sense because the Wild West at the end of Red Dead Redemption was dying. So this upcoming title, it should be at the peak of it, and there should be a lot of action. So don't expect to see any vehicles within this game. It's really just going to be horse riding. Hopefully they'll be able to improve on that, maybe make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun, but don't expect any type of GTA car-on-car action. And in terms of weaponry, I mean, submachine guns is just a bizarre idea to even include in the Wild West. It was something that wasn't introduced really until World War I. And Rockstar Games did a very good job with the Red Dead Redemption weapons. They based a lot of them on real-life weapons. One example of that is the Cattleman Revolver, or the Colt Single Action Army Revolver. That's the real-life name of it. It was introduced in 1873 and was used by the US Army. It's also known as the gun that won the West. And in all honesty, if you do expect to see submachine guns or even vehicles, you just may be playing the wrong game. And at the number 5 spot, we have microtransactions. One of the biggest things I hate about video games is this. I just feel like it can plague a game, and with GTA Online, way too many updates with that. And I mean, it just feels like some gaming companies really are trying to get every nickel out of everybody's pocket. And I get it, GTA Online made the company a ton of money, and it only makes sense that they continue on with this. But with Red Dead, I really don't know what direction that they could go with this. I mean, weaponry and vehicles really isn't something that's like too broad. I mean, you really just can't make up a bunch of weapons during that period of time because it was very limited. And with cars, well, as I said before, it's not included in this Wild Western setting. So is it going to be something with outfits and maybe camos or something of that sort? It will be interesting to see because I have a feeling that they will include it, but I just really hope that they don't because it just plagues the game. And with online multiplayer, this pay-to-win model comes to thinking, and it's just one of those things that I think a lot of us do not want to see. And to the number 4 spot, we have the multiplayer focus. This is one of the things that a lot of people care about because the story is the best part about Red Dead. And I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed the multiplayer, but most of us were playing that story just because it's so much fun, and including Undead Nightmare, which was a lot of fun too. And most of us don't want to see what exactly happened with GTA 5 and GTA Online, which was when the game got released, they just did not release anything for the story. It seemed to be that they had some stuff in pre-production, but I'm guessing that got scrapped. This game's been out for 3 years now, and we haven't had any story DLC, and it's met its cycle, and I definitely don't see Rockstar Games making anything along those lines. It seems to be that they moved on, which is probably a good thing, but it also gets me worried about these next upcoming games, and if their multiplayer is going to be their main focus because it is their main moneymaker. With gaming companies, it seems to be the road that they like to take. The more money, the better. I'm just hoping that Rockstar Games remembers that a lot of us play these games just for the story, and even though the multiplayer is something that's going to be great also, I think most of us just want to see them concentrate and make a compelling story. And to the number 3 spot, we have multiple protagonists and why it may not exactly be a good idea. And as most of you know, GTA 5 featured 3 protagonists, which is why a lot of people think that the next Red Dead game could be including that, and there has been some rumors stating that the next game could be including 2. But by the ending of GTA 5 and finishing the game, I just didn't care about the characters. The character development did not work out how it should have in my personal opinion, and I think that they could have done a better job at that. And I'm sure some people will disagree in saying that they loved a certain character, but when I played that game, I was just thinking by the end, that's it. And that's why with this next Red Dead game, if they do have multiple protagonists, I get worried. And in the most recent Rockstar games with only one protagonist, there was a lot of memorable moments, not by the ending of the game, but through the middle of the game that I can remember right now, like in Red Dead Redemption. There's that moment where Bonnie's about to get killed by being hanged, and we have to stop that from happening. And then in GTA 4, we have Dwayne, our playboy. We have to make that choice of killing either one. And these were memorable moments just because, you know, you get into these characters, you know, you got into Nico, you got into John Marston. By the ending of the game, what exactly happens to them is something that actually touches you in a way. Why GTA 5 didn't work out was because we had 3 different characters, and I just never could get into either one. Maybe that was the tone, and that'll be our next topic, but it definitely did not feel the same. And as I said before, at the number 2 spot, we have the GTA 5 tone being included in this next Red Dead game. By the ending of GTA 5, I really couldn't tell you exactly what they were going for. Maybe that's just because of the 3 main protagonists having their different types of tones and different types of point of views, but it just didn't exactly come together in my personal opinion, and the game didn't exactly set up for any of these moments where I'm just like, oh my god, this just happened, and I'm feeling some type of way. I mean, there wasn't really any major character deaths as far as I can remember off the top of my head, but with other games like Red Dead Redemption, there was moments where you're just like, oh shit, this just went down, like John Marston getting murdered at the end. A lot of people didn't exactly see that happening. And then obviously we get the redemption by killing Edgar Ross at the ending of the game with Jack. And with GTA 4, there was a lot of moments like that too. I mean, the ultimate moment came when Roman or his wife gets killed, and the musical score after that is just so depressing, so sad. But they also set this up with Dimitri terrorizing our character throughout the game, and by the ending, once we finally kill him, you feel somewhat relieved and satisfied by what exactly happened. And as you guys can gather, I'm just hoping for a darker and grittier character that we play along, or characters, and hopefully they do it right this time. Hopefully we get into our character and there's events that actually make us feel some type of way and get us intrigued by what our character's decisions are. And to the number 1 spot, we have John Marston does not have to return as the main character. This is one of the biggest things. A lot of people comment this, and I just don't see that John Marston should or could return. We already know his story. We know exactly what's going to happen to him. We know he's going to get murdered. We know how his past went and how he ended up in Dutch's gang. Could we get a cameo? I think that's the most we're going to be able to get, but it's going to be pretty cool if we see some of the other characters that we already knew, like Seth, Irish, or even a younger Landon Ricketts or Marshall Johnson. But I think most of us want to be able to see what Rockstar Games has with a fresh start and a new character, and see what type of story can unravel. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smack that like button if you did enjoy the video or found any informative value. Also drop down in the comments, tell me what your thoughts are on this. What do you not want to see in this next Red Dead game and why? Also subscribe for a lot more Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3 news and information to come, and I'll see you guys later.